Gotta say, judge that book by its creepy cover, don't get in that van. That's just good parenting. But I'm married to probably the most wonderful woman ever. I'm not gonna point her out because she'd get embarrassed. But marriage is a funny thing, isn't it? It doesn't matter how long you've known someone. It doesn't matter how long you've dated someone. It doesn't matter if you've lived together or not. When you get married, everything changes. It's not a sudden change either, you know? It doesn't hit you on your wedding day. It doesn't even hit you on your honeymoon. It hits you about 6 months into the relationship. You're sitting at home in your recliner on a Friday night. It's 8 o'clock. You're already in your PJs and you're watching American Idol. And you're like, holy crap, I'm married. Because everything changes when you get married. You know, like, it no longer matters how long you can do a cake stand. It now matters how long it takes you to open up a pickle jar. Pickle jar. Have you guys ever encountered that? That's like throwing down the gauntlet in marriage. She hands it to you and she's like, hey, open this. Yeah, I can do that. And then she asks the worst question ever. What? Can't you do it? Yeah, just wait! And then she takes it. Well, I loosened it for you. Or what about when your wife ever hands you her purse real fast and you're in public, and you just look like the world's ugliest transvestite? That happened to me. We're at Target by the bedding. And she's like, oh, here, hold this real fast. And so I'm sitting there, and this guy walks up and is like, what's up, dude? And I was like, what? Oh, dang it! Have you guys ever tried to play Spot the Difference with your wife? She goes to get her haircut done, she comes back, she's like, ta-da! And you're like, And she's like, oh, screw off! Oh, no, I get it. When you left, you were happy, and now you look kind of upset. Should have saved the $70, babe. I do that for free all the time. But everything changes when you get married, right? Like, your best friend changes, because you're supposed to marry your best friend. My best friend went from being a guy who could drink 2 Corona bottles at once and still be fine to drive, to a girl who after 2 Mike's Hard Lemonades wants to sing Sonny and Cher karaoke. I got you, baby. But not all the changes are bad. You know, some changes are good. Like your wife, whenever you go out to eat, is probably the only person that'll just wipe the food right off your face if you got any dribbling down. Your friends won't do that. Your friends let you sit there looking like Rain Man. I love Applebee's. Or sometimes they try to do hand signals, you know? But they never tell you beforehand. Like you're at a party, and she's over there in the corner doing this. You know what that is? That's a pre-arranged signal that it's time to go. That wasn't pre-frickin-arranged. So I'm sitting there. There's plenty of beer nights. Do you need a napkin? The other thing she likes to do is the shut the hell up sign. She's only done this a couple times, but it's real quick and it's real abrupt. She just walks up and I'm saying something I shouldn't. She's like, but I can't ever stop right there. Let's see, I'm talking to this guy. I was like, hey man, I saw your wife the other day at the zoo. And she was talking to the orangutans, and the orangutan was like, knock that receipt. What the hell are you talking about, man? I don't know, they're out of beer nuts, we're leaving. But sometimes, I would forget that I was married. Now, I know this comes as a surprise to you guys, but I used to get into quite some problems because of my math. I know, shocking, right? But it was always okay because I rolled around with guys that were bigger than me and could back me up. But suddenly I found myself rolling around town with a girl half my size who had the punching powers of a Care Bear. And I'm driving down the street and this fella cuts me off not once, but twice. And then it almost hits me. So I did what any mature adult would do. I trailed him until he pulled over. And then I turned all cocky. And I saw my wife was there and that was it. And I couldn't lose face. So I said, I'm just going to give him a piece of my mind. I got out and I slammed the door, showing that I meant business. and I just strutted up there. And this guy wasn't twice, wasn't 3 times, but was 4 times my size. He turns to me, "What do you want?" Now, I couldn't lose face with my wife. I still had to look tough. So I was like, "Hey, I just wanted to tell you that back there, when you pulled off and cut me off twice, I thought it was hilarious. And when you reach out that hand and you flip me off, brilliant! You have a good day." I get in the car and I'm like, yeah, I let him off with a warning. He almost grabbed his pants. So I don't usually like to get very political with my act. But since it's an election year, I figure what the heck. Back in 2008, I went down south for a school trip. I'm not talking the good south with the buildings and the learning. I'm talking the south where they get real in your face and they're super opinionated. We got off the bus and I was bombarded by this man. He comes right up to me, he's like, "Hey boy, who you gonna vote for, boy? Boy, you gonna vote for McCain? He's a good man, he's a war hero. He had a hard life, boy. Look me in the eye, boy." And it's not necessarily that I disagreed with anything he said, but just because you had a hard life doesn't make you a shoo-in for presidency. Where's President Orphan Annie? She had a hard knock life. They wrote songs about it. And are you trying to tell me Obama didn't have a hard life? Fella's black, and his last name rhymes with Yo Mama. I guarantee you he had a rough childhood. Have you guys ever heard of the Obama shot? Next time you're at Jack's or Sammy's, go up and ask for the Obama shot. What it is 3/4 Jaeger, 1/4 Hope, and someone else pays for it. Hopefully they ask for change. My name's Cody Cundiff. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you so much. I'd like to thank my teams for being part of the show tonight. That was awesome. Well, I want to remind you, Garden City Rec does a lot of great things. Support them, support the State Theater, and every time you see an event coming up at the State, please come on down. Round of applause for all the comedians tonight. Did an excellent job. Excellent stuff. Thank you all for coming out, and when we do it again, I'll talk about it on the radio, we'll put it all over Facebook, but make sure you come by and see us next time we do it again. Thank you so much. Have yourself a great night.